Today I'm going to show you how I decorated these popcorn cupcakes. Come join me. So the first thing I did was bake the cupcakes and then moved on to the decoration piece. So in order to add popcorn, I had to make the popcorn. These are made out of buttercream. So I'm using a 16 tip and I'm pressing really hard down onto the plate that I'm using and just squeezing until the buttercream comes up the side of the piping tip. Some of these did not turn out exactly the way they're supposed to, but as you can see, the ones that are on this plate here, they really did fold up above the piping tip pretty well. But you just have to keep trying. So once I finished the popcorn, I added a dollop of icing onto each one of my cupcakes. And then again, I'm going back and I'm making more of these pieces of popcorn in between. After I make them and before I put them onto the cupcakes, I am putting them into the freezer so that they can harden and I can handle them and place them then onto the cupcakes. See how they are just folding up around the piping tip. Again, this is tip 16. So after I had these hardened in the freezer, I took some yellow luster dust and I just kind of dabbed it onto each one of these pieces of popcorn made out of buttercream to give it that buttery look that is so common in the popcorn that we enjoy in this culture. So then I went to my cupcakes and I used these little sleeves that go around the cupcakes and they say popcorn on the front. And I just wrapped them around and kind of tapped my cupcakes down into those sleeves. I added some additional buttercream so that I could stick these pieces of popcorn to them. And then I just applied them to each one of the cupcakes. So I didn't have enough in what I made here, so then I did go back and make some more, which you'll see here momentarily. Just so I can make sure that these look nice and full. I'm also going to make another cupcake because it's sitting back there and I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm going to make it into another one of these popcorn cupcakes. So that just means I need even more of these kernels of popcorn made out of buttercream. Again, this is yellow luster dust to give it that look of buttercream, or I'm sorry, of buttered popcorn. And I'm just making sure each one of these have some yellow color to them. And then again, I'm going to go back to that other cupcake that was sitting there, put that sleeve onto it, and tap the cupcake down into the sleeve, add some additional buttercream, and just stick those pieces of popcorn onto the cupcakes. And again, I did freeze these so that I can pick them up and handle them without them messing up. And you can see these little buckets of popcorn, they're pretty full. And then I just kind of look around to spin each one of the cupcakes around to take a peek of what it looks like the whole way around the cupcake before finishing. Here I am just adding some additional luster dust to places that may need additional color. And this is what they look like when they're finished. They do look pretty close to popcorn. I love the way these turned out. They're super fun. Everyone that sees them just thinks they're adorable. If you enjoyed watching this video, I encourage you to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Thank you for joining us.